Meyer sunk in a deep rear naked choke, and it just like it crushed my dreams. I mean, it was deep. She got her. It was this like obvious inexperience for Albu. If it stayed striking, she would have obviously won. But Whitmire, she was super smart. Albu tried to muscle her way up instead of going through the progression on the ground where she could get up more safely. She just kind of like tried to stand up and then exposed her back. So that was like, we had her in everything. So everything was busted from the jump. It was just, we had this round robin going, which was still kind of alive. But
Yeah,
I was like,
we did okay on the round robin.
yeah, but like I felt so bad right away. And it's like, okay, well, we have Hennenbrau, and he's an underdog too. Hennenbrau comes out, dominates round one. He's kicking the guy in the stomach. The dude has like a red welt on his stomach. I'm like, oh man, he might even win this by like body kicks. Anyway, his chin went. Luke Sanders landed on his chin, and he was down. And then Sanders rushed him and knocked him out. It was a clear-cut knockout by punches. But after that first round, I was like, man, we might actually win this, and we did it. And then I was like, there's another crush. Man, this sucks. The round robin's going to get, so I was like, hey, we're 0-2, all this stuff. I started drinking at this point. I felt, I was like, this is what happens. I pick events almost fully correct, and then the next time I'm like almost always wrong. The whole thing was, I'm gonna be wrong. All this whole event, I'm gonna be wrong. So the next thing comes in. I'm halfway through my beer. Nick Lentz against Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. I thought Holtzman was gonna win this hands down. I thought he was even gonna finish him. Nick Lentz ended up grinding him against the cage for the whole fight and won it 29-28 decision. And I just slammed the rest of the beer, and then I was going on to the next one, and I was like, and this next one, I knew Andrea Lee was going to win. I was telling you I couldn't pick her because of I don't like anyone that's really associated with hate groups. So even if it's loosely associated, I just can't. I can't stand hate groups. Anyway, that's another episode or whatever. Andrea Lee comes out and wins. So my confidence kind of went, but I was still like playing it off on Twitter. I'm like, hey, like, don't take our whatever. But I got the Bermuda's Triangle to win the next one. And what happens is he comes out and beats Benito Lopez by a guillotine choke in round one. And I was like, heck yeah. Manny Bermudez. He looked really good. However, he did miss weight, so that kind of sucked. Then the next fight's Aljamain Sterling, who was an underdog, won by decision. He looked really good against Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera looked really good too. But Aljamain Sterling won 30-27. So, and then we went on to Andre Fili beat Miles Jury, which absolutely agreed with. Vincent Luque beat Brian Barberena at the last seconds in the third round, which is crazy. Kron Gracie submitted Alex Caceres. I was saying that was a bad matchup from the beginning, especially if you looked at the Uriah Faber fight against Alex Caceres. He's not good against submission guys. Cynthia Calvillo decision against Courtney Casey. Paul Felder beat James Vick. So when you go on from Andrea Lee up, we got every single one of them right, except for Paul Felder against James Vick, which was a close fight, but Paul Felder did definitely win. And then Francis Ngannou against Cain Velasquez. Ngannou ended up TKOing Cain Velasquez. His knee went out right when Ngannou uppercutted him. So I want to say it was just simultaneously. A lot of people maybe the uppercut forced it, but it did look like he probably had some ligament damage there too. But Ngannou won regardless. So
Oh yeah.
that was kind of that one. And that Ngannou fight, so what ended up happening was all those round robins had Ngannou in it. So you probably had all these parlays just waiting on if it was Ngannou or not.
It was.
Yeah.
We were down heavy at the start, and really thought I was going to lose like $20-30 until that Ngannou fight. That put us out on top, which was nice.
Yeah, we actually made some money.
Yeah, we net 13.
There you go. Especially with how bad we started.
Oh yeah, all of that money basically came from the round robin. We put $20 down total.
Yeah.
And the round robin came out to 35.77, so we won 15.77 on just that round robin.
Yeah, because we had Albiu, Henan Barao, and Scott Holtzman in everything. So they ruined everything. And then we ended up getting it back with Bermudez, Sterling, Feely, and Nagano.
Hey, at least we didn't have Holtzman in the round robin.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. Man, did I read that one wrong? But that's another thing to think about these veterans, like John Dodson. Nick Lintz is a veteran, and he just used his veteran intellect to beat Holtzman. I mean, Holtzman did get some distance and was like really landing some bombs on Lintz at some points of that fight, though. But yeah, it was a fun fight night, especially because there are two events before that, two Bellator events that were they were pretty much duds. They were kind of boring. The one, Matt Mitrione need the Russian guy in the nuts, and it ended the fight, so it was a no contest. Yeah. Man. And the next one, it was Paul Daly against MVP, and Paul Daly is this guy that talks shit on wrestlers all the time, and he ended up just wrestling MVP. So it went to decision, which everyone thought it was going to be like a striking contest. So it was pretty boring. So the UFC really made up for the MMA weekend. I really enjoyed the UFC. This next one is cool because it's in Prague. It's on at
2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
That's an early fight.
Yeah, I think it's 10 a.m. Pacific.
11 a.m. Pacific.
Or is it 11 a.m. Pacific? There you go.
11 a.m. Pacific. Hey, give us something to do all day long on a Saturday. It's kind of like college football is back, but not as good.
I love when fights are in the morning like that. You have the rest of your day then. It's awesome. I love it. It does like discourage drinking though, so it's more like you're drinking coffee as you're watching instead of beer.
Hey! It's a day drinking event. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Hey, if it goes like it did last week, I might have to be drinking during it because, dang man,
you gotta have your confidence back, Justin.
Yeah, for sure. So we ended up doing okay on the last event, but we'll see what happens.
In your pick card, the one you posted on Twitter, what did you end up going? 7-4, 8-4?
I think it was 7-4.
7-4?
I think so.
So it still takes your total to under 10 losses in the last 4 full cards. So 9 losses, 42 wins, I believe. My math might not be right now, but 42-9. That's something to be proud of.
That's pretty crazy.
Miss here and there, but for the most part, I think you have everything pretty dialed in.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of skewed because that one where we went 11-12. Those were huge. They were like huge favorites. They're pretty obvious.
Hey, we didn't schedule the fight. UFC did.
I know.
We'll take it.
I don't know. I think there's money to be made on this fight, though. I think you put in some parlays with Dotson and with Joel Alvarez, John Vellante. Vellante's fought tougher competition than Michelle O. So, yeah. And who knows what that Jan Blachowicz line's gonna look like when the fight comes.
Yeah, by the end of it, he could be a favorite.
He could be a favorite, or like people could jump on Thiago Santos and then make. That's something that would be one to watch. I think that's gonna be a very volatile line.
It's going to have a lot of movement before fight day.
I think it'll be going back and forth.
Yeah,
I definitely think so.
Well, glad we got it when we did.
Yeah,
instead of it moving to even or moving to, or I guess even would have been nice, but instead of moving it, to minus 120.
yeah. Anytime you're picking a fight based off of just what you honestly think, and it's close to even, it's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, perfect.
Yeah, that's what I got, man.
I like it. Everybody out there, tune in on Saturday. Follow us on Twitter. Justin, I'm sure, will be tweeting along with the fights. Twitter handle Sports Jockstrap, and check us out on
Yep.
Instagram, Jockstrap _sports.